Have you ever noticed how some people seem to thrive in the face of challenges, while others crumble under the same pressure? Some seem to welcome failure as a stepping stone, while others fear it like the end of the world. The secret isn't luck, intelligence, or natural talent. It's mindset. More specifically, it's the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset believes that abilities are static, that you're either born smart, creative, or talented, or you're not. A growth mindset, on the other hand, sees every challenge as an opportunity to learn and improve. It's the belief that with effort, strategy, and persistence, you can develop your abilities and achieve more than you ever imagined. The first step to cultivating a growth mindset in everyday life is awareness. Most of us don't even realize when our thinking is holding us back. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," or "I'm just not good at that," pause and examine it. These statements reflect a fixed mindset, not an objective truth. Awareness is the foundation of change. By noticing when you're limiting yourself, you open the door to choose a different perspective. It's not about pretending challenges don't exist. It's about refusing to let them define what you can or cannot do. Next, shift your focus from outcomes to effort. People with a growth mindset celebrate hard work, resilience, and progress, rather than simply the end result. Imagine two students getting different grades on an exam. One student with a fixed mindset might see a low score as proof of inability. Another student with a growth mindset would see the same score as feedback, a guide to identify weaknesses, study differently, and try again. Effort becomes the measure of success, not just the outcome. When you value effort, setbacks are no longer failures. They are steps on the path to mastery. Embracing challenges is another cornerstone of a growth mindset. Life is full of obstacles, but each obstacle is an opportunity to grow. A person with a fixed mindset might avoid challenges to prevent failure or embarrassment. Someone with a growth mindset sees challenges as opportunities to expand their skills and knowledge. The more you embrace challenges, the more resilient you become. Start small, tackle a problem you've been avoiding, learn a new skill, or step outside your comfort zone in some small way each day. Over time, these small challenges train your brain to see growth rather than fear. Learning to reframe failure is critical. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of success. Every successful person has failed countless times, but they didn't let those failures define them. When you encounter a setback, instead of saying, "I'm terrible at this," try saying, "I haven't mastered this yet." This simple shift in language reinforces the belief that improvement is possible. Each mistake becomes a lesson, a piece of data guiding you toward better decisions and strategies. In everyday life, reframing failure allows you to take risks, innovate, and push beyond your perceived limits. Curiosity fuels a growth mindset. People who are curious don't just accept what they know, they constantly ask questions, explore alternatives, and seek to understand more deeply. Cultivate curiosity by engaging with new ideas, reading widely, experimenting, and learning from diverse experiences. The more curious you are, the more opportunities you create to grow. Ask yourself daily, "What can I learn from this situation?" Or, "How can I improve?" Curiosity transforms ordinary moments into learning opportunities, and learning is the essence of a growth mindset. Another habit of growth-minded people is seeking feedback. Feedback is a gift, not a critique. When you embrace constructive criticism, you gain insight into your blind spots and areas for improvement. A fixed mindset avoids feedback because it threatens self-image. A growth mindset welcomes it because it fuels growth. In everyday life, this could mean asking a colleague for advice on a project, inviting a friend to review your work, or reflecting on how your actions affect outcomes. The key is to separate your self-worth from your performance and see feedback as a tool, not a judgment. Persistence is the engine of growth. Developing a growth mindset means understanding that meaningful improvement takes time. It's easy to get discouraged when progress feels slow or invisible, but consistency and perseverance are more important than immediate success. Break large goals into manageable steps, track small wins, and remind yourself that mastery is a marathon, not a sprint. Over time, the compounded effect of persistence creates momentum, making what once seemed impossible achievable. Mindset is also shaped by the company you keep. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and model growth. When your social circle embraces learning, effort, and resilience, it becomes easier to adopt the same habits. Conversely, if you are surrounded by negativity, fear of failure, or fixed thinking, it can hold you back. Seek out mentors, friends, or communities that encourage growth, celebrate effort, and view challenges as opportunities. Influence matters, and it's one of the easiest ways to reinforce a growth mindset in everyday life. Language matters too. The words you use shape your thinking. Replace limiting statements like, "I can't," or "I'm not good at this," with "I'm learning," or "I can improve." Replace "I failed" with "I learned something valuable." The simple act of changing your self-talk rewires your brain to focus on growth rather than limitations. It's not just motivational fluff, it's a practical, neurological tool for building resilience and motivation every day. Reflection is another habit that cultivates growth. Take time regularly to analyze your experiences. What went well? What could you improve? What did you learn? Reflection turns experiences into lessons. Without it, mistakes can repeat, and successes may not be understood. Even a few minutes each day spent reflecting on your actions, decisions, and results can significantly accelerate personal growth. Reflection is the lens through which everyday life becomes a classroom rather than just a routine. Goal setting in a growth mindset is different from traditional goal setting. Instead of focusing solely on outcome-based goals like, "I want to get a promotion," focus on learning-based goals such as, "I want to develop the skills necessary to excel in this role." When goals are framed around growth and learning, failure loses its sting, and progress becomes the reward itself. Everyday life becomes a series of opportunities to improve and expand your abilities, which keeps motivation high and self-doubt low. Emotional resilience is a hidden but crucial component of a growth mindset. Life throws unexpected challenges at everyone, and the ability to manage emotions determines whether you see setbacks as obstacles or opportunities. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or journaling to build emotional awareness and control. Being able to regulate your response to difficulties prevents frustration from derailing your growth. The stronger your emotional resilience, the more you can maintain a growth mindset under pressure. Celebrate learning, not just achievements. A growth mindset values the process of improvement, not just the final result. Did you try a new approach, even if it didn't fully work? Did you ask questions, seek feedback, or stretch yourself beyond your comfort zone? Recognize and reward these behaviors. In everyday life, acknowledging the learning itself reinforces growth habits, keeps motivation alive, and builds confidence for future challenges. Finally, cultivate patience. Developing a growth mindset is not a one-time event, it's a lifelong practice. You will occasionally slip into fixed thinking, doubt yourself, or avoid challenges. That's normal. What matters is returning to the mindset intentionally, practicing awareness, effort, curiosity, and resilience consistently. Growth is a journey, not a destination. By integrating these habits into your daily life, the mindset becomes second nature, and challenges transform from threats into stepping stones. In conclusion, cultivating a growth mindset in everyday life is about embracing challenges, valuing effort over outcomes, reframing failure, staying curious, seeking feedback, practicing persistence, surrounding yourself with growth-minded influences, using empowering language, reflecting on experiences, focusing on learning-based goals, building emotional resilience, celebrating progress, and exercising patience. Every action, every thought, and every choice can reinforce growth if approached intentionally. A growth mindset transforms how you see yourself and the world around you. It turns obstacles into opportunities, failures into lessons, and effort into achievement. It is not about being perfect, never failing, or always succeeding. It's about believing that you can improve, adapt, and grow, no matter your starting point. By applying these principles in everyday life, you create a life where learning is constant, improvement is inevitable, and your potential is limitless. Start small. Pick one area today to apply growth mindset principles. Embrace the challenge, reflect on your actions, and celebrate even the tiniest progress. With consistent practice, patience, and effort, you'll find yourself thinking differently, acting differently, and achieving more than you ever thought possible. Growth is not a dream, it's a choice, one you can make every single day. Remember, your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Treat it like one you can upgrade, sharpen, and expand constantly. Each challenge you face, each mistake you make, each effort you put in is a brick in the foundation of your future self. Embrace growth, and watch how everyday life transforms into a journey of learning, opportunity, and incredible potential.